We were just speaking a little bit before about consuming content and on social media and all these things. And now with Trump coming in, there's been every day, Twitter. How are you dealing with that? Because we find it a little bit overwhelming.
Well, the answer is I'm still a newspaper reader and a website reader. So I get most of this via those sites. And we report on all this. If it's really important, it's going to be reported. I've never been a Twitter reader. I've never tweeted. I absolutely never. I really limit my access to social media to reading things on Facebook by friends and family. I mean, friends and family, and the one WhatsApp group, which is my family. So I'm not really in any of this. And I find that anything really important is reported. And from my job, which is opinion, not reporting, I need to keep up with what's going on in that area. And I do. But I don't need to absorb all this background stuff. I try to focus on reading serious analytical material, which helps me understand, as it were, the story behind the story, which is what I really write about.
I guess that is the best way kind of to go about it, just to have this filter. Maybe everyone else that's on social media can bring to you the good information. Because we're on Twitter, that's where we kind of stay up to date on the news, and it's just
It's
so
so
much.
overwhelming.
Well, there's limited time. I have a certain way of working, which I've developed, seems to work still. I decide what are the big stories, and then I start reading about it. And I read major sites like the FT, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg. I read academic sites, Project Syndicate, for example, many of the really good think tanks, and they pick up a vast amount. I know who's doing research in these areas. I look at the international organizations, and over a day or so, I can pull out pretty well all the major pieces that are being written on this topic, and of course, the major news events. And that's enough for my purpose. Then it's a matter of shaping it into my perspective. And of course, the advantage I have is that most of the subjects I write about, I've been following for 40 years, 50 years. So I have a backstory. I know how we got where we are. I've sometimes written books about it. So for me, managing this sort of world is not too difficult.